Hello all you Happines out there and welcome. I'm sorry for the kind of strange setup for this video. I think that it might be recording in a strange kind of way where there's going to be black bars at the top and the bottom. I'm working on fixing that, guys. I'm working on fixing that. I don't really know why it is in this Windows 10 it does that. But hello! I'm playing with some subscribers and some randoms, and I have the doctor role. Pretty important role. But that being said, I'm going to be talking about stuff again. So, just as a general kind of thing, I wanted to warn you guys, I want to preempt this by saying it's not going to be the happiest of conversations. It's kind of going to be another one of those Skimm talks kind of things. If any of you saw my previous video, you'll know that I'm kind of going through a rough time right now, a kind of rough patch in my life. I'm not really terribly happy with where I am. And I was thinking about a lot of things recently, and I have a couple different ways, a couple different things I think I'm going to do to try to help myself. But one of the things that kind of crossed my mind that I thought was kind of interesting was this kind of notion that out of everything that's happened, part of the reason why I'm so upset about it is because I feel like I did everything to the best of my ability, and I try very hard to be a good person. And so that's where the theme of this video comes from, is do nice guys finish last? And of course, nice guys meaning nice guys or girls. There's, of course, plenty of nice people on both sides of the gender. But just kind of, Lou, I kind of thought I felt like protecting you. And you died to mafia. Scottish cake, okay. Well, anyway, like I said, so I'm kind of just like feeling, I was wondering, and I was thinking to myself, why is it that I try to do things, to the best of my ability, and I try to be nice to as many people as possible, and I try to be helpful, I try to be a good person. And I couldn't help but thinking during this kind of event, that I don't feel like I deserve to be hurt. I don't feel like I'm the kind of person that deserves to get their heart broken. And it made me feel really jaded for a while there. I still do. I still kind of feel a little bit jaded, a little bit like I've been bamboozled. I've always been told since I was, young, that good things happen to good people. And that what goes around comes around. And if you're good things will happen to you. Well, that has been my experience. And I try to do as many good things as I can. I try to help a lot of people, and of course sometimes I'm not the best at it. I'm not the most helpful person in the world, but I certainly try a lot more than I feel like other people do. Not the majority of other people, but I feel like there's a lot of people that I try very hard to be nicer than. Because I try to lead by example. I want to make as many people as happy as possible. And I try very hard to not take anybody down. There's a lot of times I get really hateful comments, and I just kind of gotta sit on them, Cake by the ocean, that's funny. I want to protect Scottish cake. I don't really know why. So I've been kind of struggling with this kind of theory, this kind of thought process. Dang it, I died. I didn't really think that a self-heal was necessary. But I've been kind of struggling with this, and I kind of came to the realization that the fact that I feel so jaded about it is kind of a bad sign of who I am. Because we're supposed to be doing things that are nice without actually expecting anything nice in return. And the fact that I feel like I've been betrayed by the advice of old kind of gets me to realize that I really kind of, I have to relook at exactly how good of a person I am. And there's no doubt I'm not a terrible person. I really don't think I am. Doctor is down on both sides. What did you get killed by? A vet. Oh, they called it too. Anyway. So I kind of started thinking to myself, alright, so assuming that I'm a decent person, and that why is it that I feel like being good isn't enough? Why does it not seem to help? No matter how good you are, you always kind of good people still to me seem to finish last. Good guys finish last. And And I was thinking about it, and especially in the car. I don't know why, but I just kind of came to the conclusion that I think we do. And I think that we're always going to come last. I think the nice people are just going to always have the short straw. They're always going to draw the short straw. They're always going to be the ones that get hurt more because they're typically the ones that care more. And they care more about other people, and they care more about themselves. They're the kind of people that try not to hurt people even if they hurt them really badly. And they try to work around it. One of my deepest regrets, I'm not going to share it because it's a little bit too personal for me, honestly. But my deepest regrets, a lot of people, if I told it to them, would think that it's silly. But it means so much to me because it was one time when I failed to be the kind of person that I would want people to look up to. And it was so obvious to me, and it was such a kind of cold thing for me to do that it became my worst regret. And I've had a lot of other regrets too. I'm not one who believes that you're supposed to live life without any regrets. I think you're supposed to live life with lots of regrets. I think that if you don't have any regrets, is keyboard second medium? Yes. So keyboard and by the ocean are the two. So 2 doctors, 2 mediums. Interesting. None from me. Anyway, yeah, this just kind of thought just kind of occurred to me that I think we do finish last because I think we care more. And I think that only people who aren't very good people are able to do things that are generally bad things and feel okay about them. So I'm sorry to say, guys, but if you're a good person, if you're a decent person, be prepared to be in pain. And be prepared to be in pain than other people you see are. There's going to be a lot of times when you see other people, not nice people, getting away with things that you can't imagine how a righteous God or being or whatever you might believe in, or nothing, or how fate or karma or simple random chance or society would allow these people to be successful and happy when so many good people are not. And it kind of made me think, I was like, then why? This makes me want to ask the question, why be a good person then? Why should I be a good person if it's going to just cause me pain in the end? What's the point of it? What's the point of being a good person then? Well, and it's a harder question to answer than I thought it would be, and I thought about it quite a bit. Because I always tend to be, I try my very, very best. I try my damnedest to be a good person. I try not to hurt people, and I've hurt people before, and I don't like it. And then in hindsight, I typically feel very, very crappy about myself. So why? Why be a good person? And I'd like to hear from you guys in the comments below. Why do you think that we should be good people? Why should anybody be a good person? If being a good person tends to lead you to being in pain more often, having your heart broken, fearing things because you don't want bad things to happen to people that you care about, regardless of if they've done bad things to you. If all these things are how we feel, then why do we let ourselves be bad people, or good people, I should say? Why do we try to be the good man or the good woman or the good person if it tends to lead to more pain than good? Well, I have a theory, and I want to hear your guys's too. I want to hear yours in the chat, in the comments. But I think that we have to be good people. I think that as many of us as possible have to be good people. Because if not you, if not me, then who's going to do it? If it pays more to be bad, if it pays more to be emotionless and to not care, if it's easier to do the wrong thing to benefit yourself than it is to do the right thing at great pain to yourself, then no one would do it. And somebody in this world has got to be good. Somebody in this world has got to be helping other people. For those of you out there who are actually good people, and I'm sure that as subscribers of mine, probably the majority of you are. I'm very lucky in that way. Or at least you all thrive to be. But if you guys aren't nice, if you guys aren't good, then who would be? I honestly think that our lot in life, what we're really supposed to be doing, well, not by some necessary chance of destiny or fortune or fate, but we're good because we are inside. We're good people down to our core, and we hate hurting people. And we try hard not to, even when it just sucks for us. Even when we'd get so much more out of it if we didn't care, we care anyway. To give you an example, with the situation that I'm in, the girl that broke up with me, I was very nice to her, and I try to be very nice to all the people that I date, because I want them to treat me the same way. And she didn't treat me poorly. I've been in other relationships where I was treated very poorly. I've been cheated on, I've been treated like crap, and made to feel worthless. And the cheating helps with that. Cheating definitely makes you feel worthless. It's a horrible thing. Don't ever do that. I've never done it, and I'm never going to. But I've always tried to be the good guy, and I just seem to losing in this situation. I tried, and I see people who are not good people, and they're happy, or at least they appear to me. Maybe they're not. I gotta hope that maybe they're not, because I want to believe that being good is making a difference in the world, that is changing how the world would be if there were less people. And if more good people were in the world, I'd like to pretend at least, or believe, or hope that as a whole, things get better. But it doesn't seem to be that way. My life doesn't seem to get much better the more good I do, or the more good I am. Some of the people I'm around, I think they benefit from it, though. But it was in this example where, this girl told me after we broke up, she said a lot of things. She said that, you're going to make some girl really happy one day, which you'd never want to hear when you're being broken up with. Because your first thought is why can't that person be you? Why can't I be making you happy? Why does it have to be somebody else? And then you kind of get to the point, and then she's still along the lines I had a really great time. You made me very happy. All right, then why are you ending it? And she thanked me for treating her so well. She thanked me for being great to her. And all I told her back was just, you deserve nothing less than somebody to treat you great. I don't care if you hurt me. I don't care if you ripped my heart out. I don't care if I was blindsided by this. It hurts and it sucks, and I really wish it didn't happen this way. I really wish it didn't. But I wish no ill onto her. And I wish no ill onto anybody who may have influenced her. I honestly believe that because she was a good person to me, that she deserves nothing but the greatest. And she deserves happiness in everything that she does. But at the same time, although I made her happy, and I treated her well, and I'm going to make somebody very, very happy because I'm a great guy, and all these nice things, she said, I'm really, really going to miss you. But then why is this happening? Why is this ending if you're saying all these nice things about it and about me? What makes no sense to me? I'm a nice guy. I thought nice things happen to nice people. But even in the case where I was nice, and I'm told I was nice, and I couldn't have done anything any differently, I still get hurt. And so will you guys if you're nice people. You're going to get hurt even when you do nothing wrong. Even when it's just a simple matter of it's just not going to work. You're still going to be in pain. And the problem that this gives to us then is that it encourages us to not be nice. It tells us to care less. to hide your emotions, to push them away, to become emotionless because it's easier that way. But then the problem then becomes, even if it is easier that way, even if it was to be easier that way, you still struggle with the same problem. If you're not good, no one else will be. Each and every one of us has got to try our very best to be the best people we can, to help as many people as we can, to pick up as many people who are down. When you see somebody, even if you're not great friends with them and they're having a bad day, I feel like you should be obligated to say something. Because if you don't, nobody will. There's a surprisingly few amount of really good people in this world, and we all have to try to be that good person. Because most of us, including me, are going to fail more times than we're successful in being the best that we can be. It's hard. But there's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind that we have to be this kind of people. We have to be the nice people, or else bad things are just going to keep happening. And happening and happening. And there'll be no stopping it because there'll be nobody good left to do anything about it. So we all have to try to be good, even when it sucks. And believe me, it can really suck. And this is just one example where I'm told how great I was and how happy I made this person. And unfortunately, it still wasn't enough. And sometimes it's not going to be enough. Sometimes there's other things in play. And you may not even understand them or know them or recognize them, and it may suck anyway. It will suck anyway. But the truth of the matter is that being nice, unlike what we've been told, does not guarantee you any sort of happiness or any sort of clemency from God or fate or destiny or goodwill from others. It doesn't promise you anything. But it does make it a little bit easier to look in the mirror at night. It does go just a step closer to making this world a better place. And I think we need every step closer that we could possibly get right now. We need every single step towards a better life that we can possibly get. Because there is way, 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 way too few good people out there. And way, way, way too many bad people. In comparison, I wish there were zero bad people. I'm not saying there's necessarily more bad people than good people, but... And it's not enough to just be complacent and just to be there and just to... It's not enough to not hurt people. I think we have to make an active attempt to try to better this place. And I think the best way of doing it is just each and every day when you see people around, you just try to make them happy. You just try to push them up a little bit. You try to make them just feel better about themselves. I don't know. But I gotta tell you that I think it's important to realize. It's certainly a realization that I came to with this whole thing. I try to be good, and sometimes, a lot of times, it's gonna hurt anyway, no matter how good you are. But that doesn't mean that you should be a bad person. It doesn't mean that at all. If anything, it means it's more important to be a good person, because there are so few people who are. There are so few good people out there that we need every single person we can get that's good. So keep being good, guys. Keep making the world a better place one person at a time. Keep lifting each other up. And be ready for some pain. But you know what? If caring about people and wanting people to be happy and wanting more people to get more things, if wanting a better life for more than just myself if that's gonna bring me pain, then I don't think I have a choice other than to accept the pain. Because I don't think I'd want anything else. I think it's important. I think it's important to be a good person, even when it hurts. And I hope you guys believe the same thing. And take it from me, guys. I have a pretty easy life in comparison to a lot of other people out there. I've been pretty blessed. And I try to take as much of what I can do for other people and just show more people how to be happy. I try to smile constantly and make as many people's day as possible. And even though that may not buy me brownie points, it may not get me on the good side of destiny, where bad things don't happen to me because I'm a good person. Even if that's the case, Mafia won. There's 2 Mafia left? Wow. That was an interesting game. That was the only game, actually. Anyway, I want to hear what your guys' thought is. Do good guys finish last? And if we do, and I do believe we do, should we keep being good people? Does it pay to be a good guy? I gotta tell you, this experience here has taught me a few things, but one thing it has certainly taught me is that being a good person can really suck. Because sometimes you do everything right and you still get hurt. But I don't think that should change us from wanting to be good people. In fact, I think it's actually more important than ever for us to be good people. To show those who aren't that you can't take us down. We're gonna keep making the world a better place every chance we can get, no matter how much it sucks. Sorry for being so reflective, guys, but this has been a strange time in my life. I'm struggling with a few things, and I'm glad that I have you guys to talk it out with. I want to hear what your thoughts are below. I'm sorry for the bad gameplay. These Skimm talks are not really meant for gameplay. They're just not. I hope you guys enjoyed, most importantly. As always, peace out.